Thinking is difficult. That's why most people judge. The pendulum of the mind oscillates between sense and nonsense, not between right and wrong. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. No tree can grow to heaven unless its roots reach down to hell. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. If the path before you is clear, you're probably on someone else's. We meet ourselves time and again in 1,000 disguises on the path of life. Your visions will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes. I am not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do. Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darknesses of other people. Every form of addiction is bad, no matter whether the narcotic be alcohol, morphine, or idealism. People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls. One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. The latter procedure, however, is disagreeable and therefore not popular. The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. Whatever is rejected from the self appears in the world as an event. We cannot change anything unless we accept it. Where wisdom reigns, there is no conflict between thinking and feeling. The greatest tragedy of the family is the unlived lives of the parents. Where love rules, there is no will to power, and where power predominates, love is lacking. The one is the shadow of the other. The shoe that fits one person pinches another. There is no recipe for living that suits all cases. The best political, social, and spiritual work we can do is to withdraw the projection of our shadow onto others. The first half of life is devoted to forming a healthy ego. The second half is going inward and letting go of it. Every human life contains a potential. If that potential is not fulfilled, then that life was wasted. I must also have a dark side if I am to be whole. Anyone who attempts to do both, to adjust to his group and at the same time pursue his individual goal, becomes neurotic. If one does not understand a person, one tends to regard him as a fool. The healthy man does not torture others. Generally, it is the tortured who turn into torturers. Find out what a person fears most, and that is where he will develop next. Without this playing with fantasy, no creative work has ever yet come to birth. The debt we owe to the play of the imagination is incalculable. The bigger the crowd, the more negligible the individual becomes. Loneliness does not come from having no people around you, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important to you. In each of us there is another whom we do not know. We are born at a given moment in a given place, and like vintage years of wine, we have the qualities of the year and of the season in which we are born. It all depends on how we look at things, and not how they are in themselves. Life really does begin at 40. Up until then, you are just doing research. Children are educated by what the grown-up is, and not by his talk. Intuition does not denote something contrary to reason, but something outside of the province of reason. Life is a battleground. It always has been, and always will be, and if it were not so, existence would come to an end. For better to come, good must stand aside. Know all the theories, master all the techniques, but as you touch a human soul, be just another human soul. Neurosis is the suffering of a soul which has not discovered its meaning. I hope you enjoyed these quotes from Carl Jung and gained some insight from the video. Consider subscribing if you liked the video. Thank you for watching.